It's time to sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. And when we're through, there will be no doubt. Sing it for the ones that didn't make it, and sing it for the ones who live to tell. Sing it for the doctors and the nurses and the corpsmen who witnessed living hell. We'll sing it for the ones who flew the chopper. Sing it for the ones who flew the jets. Let's make sure that we all remember, 'cause the price they pay is too much to forget. So let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. And when we're through, there will be no doubt. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. And when we're through, there will be no doubt. And when we're through,
Good morning. My name is Luz Levins, and I'm the Vice President of Philanthropy for Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a group of friends who help make ceremonies like this possible. This special group is our In Memory Circle of Friends. They provide the financial support that sustains the In Memory program. Their commitment allows us to welcome new families like you each year, to preserve these stories and to hold ceremonies like today's, ceremonies that become part of a family's healing and a veteran's legacy. One of the most meaningful benefits of being part of the In Memory of Friends is this: if you cannot attend a ceremony in person, your honoree's name will still be spoken. Their service will still be lifted up, and their memory will still be held in this sacred space. We are fortunate to have several Circle of Friend members with us today, and they will have the honor of reading their veteran's name as part of the ceremony with you. Thank you so much, and they're seated up in the front row. And to those of you watching from home, please know that you are as much a part of this moment. This community stretches far beyond the grounds of this memorial, and your presence and your remembrance are felt here today. And now I'm going to read the names of the In Memory Circle of Friend honorees. Dale L. Adams, Joseph W. Escalillo, Jr., Gary W. Atchison, Doug Bachman, Harold A. Bailey, John M. Baranowski, Jr., Dean E. Bartling, Robert A. Beck, Jr., Wayne C. Berquist, Jr., Michael Burmis, Harry R. Boring, Albert E. Boutwell III, Larry A. Bowers, William A. Brown, Jr., Michael D. Burns, David W. Casey, Michael R. Damiano, Robert A. Davis, John J. Delaney, Benjamin E. Dew II, William R. Dow, John J. Dowling Jr., Daniel Drummond, Robert L. Easton, Kenneth D. Etherly, George E. Enos Jr., Thomas J. Facer, Edward J. Feely, Craig D. Ford, William L. Freeman, Harvey D. Gibson, Gregory M. Gonzalez, Leon K. Greiner, William H. Hart Sr., Robert S. Hartless, Dennis Huey, John W. Johnston, Kevin D. Kavanaugh, Dennis A. Kelly, Bruce C. Kiefer, John A. Kemmel II, Ronald K. Kingsley, Leon T. Lambeth, J. B. Lang, Jimmy D. Lindeman, Charles J. Louviere, Chester H. Lusk Jr., Charles Madriles, Ralph J. Mailer, Ronald McCarty, Harold R. McDonald Jr., Terry D. McFeeters, Kimberly I. Milliger, Louis G. Miller, John C. Miller, Michael G. Milligan, Pilar C. Mireles, Gregory R. Mullen, Dale W. Musoff, Dennis D. Nolan, David C. Olson, Richard J. Osborne, Ken Osterbun, Richard A. Padilla Sr., Tony M. Patterson, Sam H. Pelfrey Jr., Daniel M.J. Peltonen, Peter P. Pilphauer, Louis E. Puckett Jr., Ralph Reinhardt, Isidro Reina, Stanley W. Roan, Alvin G. Rowe, John Rubel, John L. Schrader, Lauren P. Shea, Donald Short, Joseph R. Silva, Charles E. Lee Smith, Charlie L. Spites, Dennis Starr, Rocky D. Stevens, Alan W. Strout, Billy M. Thomas, Gary L. Thornton, Dennis J. Tidquist, Donald C. Tillish, Glenn P. Valarusso, Kenneth J. Voigt Sr., David L. Ward, Wayne G. Weldon, James F. Welter, Richard A. Whitney, James J. Vodarchik, Thomas J. Wood Jr., Carl R. Brooks. Thank you. Today, we honor them with you together.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
I think this podium got smaller. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, let me be the first to welcome you here today. Thank you for joining us for our 2026 In Memory Day ceremony. I am George Clement. I am the guy that has been sending you all those emails. I am the In Memory Program Manager for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. Thank you. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund is the nonprofit organization that built the wall in 1982, and it is our privilege to host this ceremony each year. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund receives no federal funding, so we are only able to do this because of our generous supporters. We'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to our sponsors for today's ceremony, as well as our in-memory circle of friends for their generous support. Today, we will honor 768 individuals who will join the more than 7,500 Vietnam veterans who have been inducted into the in-memory honor roll. While it's been more than 50 years since the war ended, the family members here with us today know all too well the continuing impact of the Vietnam War on our nation's service members. We acknowledge the service and sacrifice of our fallen Vietnam veterans, and we also acknowledge you, the individuals who supported them as they faced a new battle once they returned home from Vietnam, and who were the first to tell them, "Welcome home." It has been my honor and my privilege to walk alongside you as you have prepared for this day, and to learn more about your Vietnam veteran in that process. As you shared their stories and memories of your loved ones with me, I have noticed a pattern in the way each of you have described and admired them, that they cared deeply about those around them, and they made sacrifices to be of service to others, both within and beyond the line of duty. As someone who has seen the way you have put all of your care and attention into this process, all the while moving through those feelings of grief and heartache that emerged for the sake of giving your loved one the recognition that they long waited for, I would like to extend similar words of admiration for you. Take a moment to think of all you have done to make it possible for your veteran to be honored here today, and to ensure that their life and service may forever be memorialized. I know that for many aspects of this journey, including and especially the reading of your veteran's name today here at this podium in this ceremony, have been both exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. Having the opportunity to honor and remember our loved ones is something we can cherish, yet also feel an immense amount of pressure at the same time. You have a resilience, a strength, and a commitment, and the love and support that I see within this group in front of me today is a group that I learn from every time I get the wonderful time of interacting with all of you. It is my hope that you can walk away from today's ceremony knowing that your loved one's service and sacrifice will forever be honored here, and remembering all that you did to ensure that honor for them. We are so pleased to be here today and have more than 2,000 people in attendance. We thank you for traveling to be with us this weekend to pay tribute to your loved ones. I know we also have a lot of family and friends who could not be with us today. We are live online, so those families can be part of the ceremony as well. Following the ceremony today, the video will be made available on our website for you to watch back at any time. So should there be any technical difficulties with our live stream here today, don't worry, we are recording this and we will have this available for you to watch afterwards as well. You will be able to watch your loved one's induction here today. For those at home, volunteer readers will proudly read your honoree's name during today's ceremony. I invite all of those before me to make this honor possible by volunteering to read the name of the one of your honoree, and then if you would so choose to read the name of others. We have a volunteer name reading table which is going to be set up just over on this side where you can pick up a frame. We have 435 families that couldn't be here today. We can always use your help in approaching the stage and making sure that those names are read with pride here on this stage today. So after you read your own name, you may see the VVMF staff stationed on that side of the seating for instructions on how to get that done. I would like to take a moment to thank the VVMF staff and all the volunteers that make this day possible. We could not do this without all of their hard teamwork coming together to make this possible. I also have to give a special thank you to the West Point Alumni Glee Club, who are giving of their own time to be here with us today. They provided some music pre-ceremony, and we will hear from them again in just a little bit. A few housekeeping notes before we begin. I would ask that everyone silence their cell phones while we're here during the ceremony. We also know that this can be a long ceremony, but we ask that you stay through and remain seated until all the names are read, as we do give that same respect to the last name read as we do to the first name that will be read today. If anyone at any time needs any assistance during the ceremony, please reach out to a VVMF staff member in a blue polo or one of our yellow hat volunteers that are floating around. We are here to assist you and to make this day special. It is now my absolute pleasure to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Captain Dennis Faraday, United States Navy, retired. Captain Faraday was commissioned in the United States Navy in 1969 and earned his Wings of Gold in 1970, designating him a Navy Flight Officer and Radar Intercept Officer. Beginning in 1972, Captain Faraday flew off the aircraft carrier USS Kitty Hawk in F-4 Phantoms. He flew more than 130 combat missions over North and South Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. He participated in the major air offensive named Linebacker 2. Captain Faraday retired in 2008 with 39 years of service as the last active duty Vietnam combat veteran of the United States Navy. He is a graduate of the Navy Fighter Weapons School, otherwise known as Top Gun. That's right, we have our own Top Gun with us here today. He has a total of 2,000 hours in Navy fighter aircraft, including 3 years as an F-14 Tomcat flight instructor. He also has 500 aircraft carrier arrested landings. Captain Faraday holds a master's degree in national security and strategic studies with distinction from the Naval War College in Newport, Rhode Island. His combat awards include 9 Air Medals, 2 Navy Commendation Medals with Combat V, and the Vietnamese Cross of Gallantry. Please welcome a man that I am so proud to call my friend, Captain Faraday. Welcome aboard, sir. Thank you.
I hope some of that stuff is true. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to your nation's capital. Today, we are going to honor your loved ones as great American patriots. But in the meantime, I want to begin with a well-deserved thank you to the Memorial Fund and staff and to all who have worked together to support this in-memory program. It is through their efforts that has made possible this extraordinary, moving, and immortal memorial to our Vietnam veterans. To begin, please welcome Chaplain, who will lead us in an invocation today, Captain Todd Cole.
I invite you to pray with me. Lord God, as we gather this morning in this special place of remembrance, gratitude, and sacred honor, we give you thanks for those who served and sacrificed during the Vietnam War and for those who are being recognized during this ceremony today. We are so grateful for those who have carried unseen burdens, endured immeasurable hardships, and demonstrated a devotion to duty that helped preserve the freedoms that we enjoy today. We also thank you, Lord, for the families and loved ones who walked beside them, those who offered support through long absences, difficult homecomings, and the challenges that followed their military service. As we remember these men and women, Father, we ask that you would inspire us to preserve their stories, to learn from their examples, and to live as citizens worthy of the sacrifices they made. We pray that you would bring comfort and peace to those who grieve and strength to those who carry memories of loss. May this ceremony serve as a testament that these veterans are not forgotten, that their service remains honored, and that their legacy will continue to inspire future generations. We commend their memories with gratitude and respect, and we ask for your blessing upon our veterans, our military families, and upon our nation. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have with us today, again, the West Point Alumni Glee Club, directed by Master Sergeant retired Neil Etchwave. I would ask that the Glee Club please come and join me on the stage. For those that are able, I would kindly ask you to please stand while the Joint Armed Forces Color Guard of the Military District of Washington presents the colors, and remain standing until the colors are retired. Our national anthem now will be sung by the West Point Alumni Glee Club. I invite all veterans to hand salute the flag during the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now here to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance is David Hine, brother-in-law of 2013 in memory honoree Charles W. Murnan III. David, please come forward.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right shoulder forward.
The West Point Alumni Glee Club was established in the fall of 2007 to carry the rich legacy of singing patriotic and inspirational music, a significant element of the warrior spirit. Membership is limited to West Pointers who enjoy singing and believe in the importance of traditional music in their continued service to the nation. Members average almost 20 years of active duty service, with more than 75% being combat veterans. Their goal is to spread the love of music among warriors and the honor and memorialize veterans, servicemen, and women in their families. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the West Point Glee Club singing Mansions of the Lord. Please take your seats.
To fallen soldiers let us sing. When no rockets fly nor bullets swing, our broken brothers let us bring to the mansions of the Lord. No more bleeding, no more fight, no breast bleeding through the night. Just divine embrace, eternal light in the mansions of the Lord. Where no mothers cry and no children weep, we will stand and guard though the angels sleep. All through the ages safely keep the mansions of the mansions of the Lord.
Thank you. That was spectacular. It is indeed a tremendous honor to stand before you today. This morning we come together to remember our fallen comrades. We honor these men, service members, who, as Abraham Lincoln said, gave their last full measure of devotion for our country. And that is why we gather today, to honor our patriots, your loved ones, our Vietnam veterans. Whatever the disagreements over policy that prevailed during the war in Vietnam, there can never be and must never be any disagreement as to how we treat and commemorate those who served with honor and dignity in that war. They were drawn to a cause, a patriot's cause, larger than themselves individually. As Ronald Reagan once put it, the veterans of Vietnam were, and I quote, "what we can only aspire to be, giving, unselfish, the epitome of human love, to lay down one's life so that others may live." To my generation of veterans, this place is hallowed ground, sacred to our fallen brothers and sisters. This wall is not only a place, but it's also a time that we can return to and heal, share memories of each other and our Vietnam experiences. We came to this place, this wall, to pay homage to the heroes of a war long over that continues to take Americans from our generation. Each of the service members we will honor here today wore with pride and honor the uniform which I like to call the cloth of our country. A significant number of these patriots were buried in this cloth of America. When the country called, they knew it was their turn to stand up for America, just as their fathers and grandfathers did so heroically during World Wars I and II and the Korean War. Throughout their lives, these soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen were proud of their service to the United States and knew their sacrifices were cherished in the hearts of their fellow countrymen. Vietnam service is once more universally recognized as a true badge of pride and courage. Along with their families, they are truly the long-suffering, unsung heroes of the Vietnam War. They bore their wounds with honor and dignity. Their ultimate sacrifices are the same as the over 58,000 names on this wall behind us. We salute all who served with them, and we stand with the families who love them today. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce our keynote speaker. Jim Knotts is the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. He is an Air Force veteran of the Persian Gulf War and a graduate of the United States Air Force Academy. During his almost 10 years in the Air Force, his career spanned service in the Persian Gulf War, at the headquarters of U.S. Southern Command, and at the Pentagon in the Office of the Secretary of Defense Staff. Jim, please come on up. Sneaking up on me.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to see you all here. I know for most of you, many of you, this is the culmination of over a year's effort to be able to recognize your loved one. And so on behalf of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, we're pleased to host today's in-memory ceremony and welcome you all to our nation's capital. Today, we honor the service and sacrifice of the men and women who served in the Vietnam War and have since died. The Vietnam War was unpopular at home, yet nearly 3 million Americans served in country and surrounding waters during this time. They served for a lot of reasons, some for a legal requirement to serve when they were drafted, a sense of duty when called by their country, or even so that others didn't have to serve. Thankfully, most returned home. However, for many, coming home from Vietnam was just the beginning of a whole new fight. Many never fully recovered, either physically or emotionally, from their experiences. That's why the In Memory program exists, because only a fraction of the casualties actually died on the battlefields of Vietnam. Many more carried their wounds back and suffered long after the actual fighting ended. As these service members pass, it is our duty and our solemn promise to welcome them home to this place that our country set aside to honor and remember our Vietnam veterans. While they may not meet the Department of Defense criteria for addition to the wall, they certainly are worthy of joining their brothers and sisters in this place of honor and remembrance. For many of the family members here, thank you. For many of the family members here today, this ceremony is bittersweet, and we know that. While the pain of loss lingers, we know that you're proud of your Vietnam veterans and happy to see them finally receive the recognition they deserve. The In Memory program has brought you all together here today, so I ask you all to look around. You have all endured tremendous loss, and we want you to know that you are not alone. I offer you this thought, which I hope will bring you some comfort. Our Vietnam veterans took upon themselves the commitment to never allow another generation of men and women to go into harm's way for their country without the respect and honor that they deserve. That's part of their legacy. And so the next time you hear someone say, "Thank you for your service," to someone in uniform, you can take comfort in knowing that thanks also is being extended to your loved ones. More than 7,500 service members are already a part of the In Memory Honor Roll, and today we add another 768. I challenge each of you here to find another family that has lost a Vietnam veteran and tell them about this In Memory program so that we can add their loved ones to our honor roll as well. Additionally, I invite each of the folks before me to make a veteran's induction into the In Memory Honor Roll possible today by volunteering to read a name of an inductee whose loved ones could not be here in attendance. Together, we'll make sure that their sacrifices and those of their families will never be forgotten. Now, what the families and friends of our In Memory honorees are about to do has become a tradition here at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and that is the reading of the names. The In Memory name reading follows the principles set forth back in 1982 when the Vietnam Veterans Memorial was dedicated, that we can honor each of our service members personally, yet equally by saying their names. The rank your veteran achieved or the medals they were awarded, these are all important parts of their history, and we encourage you to share those memories on your Veterans Honor Roll page. However, it is my hope that you will join us in observing the established principles of the name reading tradition and ensure each veteran is honored equally by limiting your remarks at the podium to your veteran's name, branch of service, and your relationship to them. At this time, we will begin our name reading of In Memory honorees. Please remain in your seats until your row is released by an usher on each side. And once you've read your honoree's name, please return to your seat. As we assemble, you will hear a recording of a special song that recognizes those who served in Vietnam. It is called The Unsung Heroes by Chuck Price. Chuck himself performed it here at the wall at these ceremonies for many years until his death. Unsung Heroes.
It's time to sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. And when we're through, there will be no doubt. Sing it for the ones that didn't make it, and sing it for the ones who live to tell. Sing it for the doctors and the nurses and the corpsmen who witnessed living hell. We'll sing it for the ones who flew the chopper. Sing it for the ones who flew the jets. Let's make sure that we all remember, 'cause the price they pay is too much to forget. So let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud. Let's all sing a song for the unsung heroes. Let's all stand up tall and sing it loud.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to begin the reading of the names for our In Memory Honor Roll for 2026. On behalf of the family of Charles W. Dyke, United States Army.
On behalf of James Mulligan, prisoner of war, North Vietnam, almost 7 years.
I'm here to honor the memory of my two late husbands, Spec 4 John Carlin Hollander, U.S. Army, 66 through 68, Vietnam, and MM3 Paul Crawford Stancliffe, U.S. Navy, 66 through 69, tour duty 67, Vietnam.
Wife and daughter of William E. Henry, Army.
Husband, father, grandfather, Thomas J. Hofstetter, U.S. Army.
I am Marcia Sabo, here with my family to honor my husband, Julius Michael Sabo, who was in the United States Army, a brave patriot and a man that loved his country.
Our grandfather, Michael E. Cram, U.S. Army.
My hero, my husband, William J. Deck,
United States Army.
On behalf of our family,
in memory of Ronald L. Zeller, United States Army.
We are here to honor our Papa, Gerald Charles Hauser.
United States Army 101st Airborne.
Happy Father's Day, Papa. We love and miss you.
I'm here to honor the memory of my dad, Sergeant Frank Evan McGlinchey, U.S. Army, 1967-68.
In memory of my loving husband,
on behalf of our entire family, we honor our dearest Gary and all veterans for their service and unselfish sacrifices.
Gary Robert Corson, United States Marine Corps.
I'm here with my daughter to honor my husband of 52 years, Richard Gabriel Stepler, U.S. Army.
to my husband,
and my brother,
William L. Key Sr., U.S. Army.
My father, Alfred R. Wilson, U.S. Army.
In honor of our grandfather, Richard Yarber, U.S. Navy and retired Air Force.
Thank you for your service, Papa. We love you, miss you, and are proud to call you our grandfather.
In behalf of our family, we're here to honor my father,
Donald R. Doyle,
U.S. Army.
In honor of my father,
My grandfather,
William Frederick Rhodes, Jr.,
United States Navy. Thank you for your service, Papa. Our hero,
Richard Williams, U.S. Army.
My dad,
My husband, Henry Key, U.S. Navy, Seabees.
My dad, a husband.
Our papa, Bobby Tyner, U.S. Army.
In honor of my husband, James Malcolm Davis.
Father, grandfather, husband, U.S. Army.
my father, Robert Patrick Kapczynski, 173rd Airborne.
On behalf of our family, I would like to honor my dad and a wonderful grandfather, Alvis R. Brooks, U.S. Navy. Happy Father's Day, Dad. We love you.
in honor of my husband, Jack L. Robertson, U.S. Navy. Oh, I said U.S. Army, sorry. I knew I was going to do that.
Father and grandfather, Robert F. Mercier, United States Marine Corps.
My husband, Gary L. Fox, Sr., United States Marine Corps.
And our dad.
For the families of Randy D. Blake, thank you for the United States Marine Corps. Thank you for his service, and thank you for protecting our freedom.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Alan M. Robinson, U.S. Army.
For the family of Richard H. Freed, who served in the Navy, thank you, your family, and God bless you all.
My husband,
My father, Willie A. Stallings.
U.S. Army.
I'm here today to honor two Vietnam veterans that I served with in Vietnam, Marvin J. Covington, Jr. and Joseph B. Rockwell.
My grandfather, Philip Morris, or his Poppy as I called him, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, Billy F. Robbins, United States Air Force.
On behalf of the family, we remember Michael E. Blake, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, Mark O. Rivard, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Rodney E. Croft, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family of Richard Shepard, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Manuel Cruz, United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, in memory of William C. Ruffin, Jr., United States Army.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Hicks G. Blaylock, Jr., U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the friends and family of Ralph E. Jones, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Kristen M. Abbott, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we remember Edward N. Runge, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we remember Travis N. Blaylock, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Theodore Schmidt, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we remember Ted M. Blass, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Jack L. Sauls, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
On behalf of the family, we honor Michael J. Cravata, U.S. Army.
I'm the wife
I'm his daughter.
of Raymond Edward Rincon, Army.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Raymond P. Kassak, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor James B. Reha, United States Army.
In memory of my husband, father, grandfather, 2018 honoree, Larry James Kingsbury, U.S. Army, Vietnam, 1971-72. Love you always.
On behalf of the family, we remember Thomas E. Renner, Sr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Michael B. Darr, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, we honor Chester T. Randolph,
United States Army. Welcome home.
On behalf of the family, Clinton E. Foltz, U.S. Marine Corps.
In memory of my brother, Nicholas J. Monk, U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband, Ronald E. Pottigil, Andrew's dad, and Sebastian and Rowan's grandpa, United States Air Force Captain.
We're here to honor my father, grandfather, and husband, Philip E. Cutterback, Marine Corps.
Wife and daughter of Johnny Lester Olinger from Dayton, Tennessee, United States Army.
In honor of William J. Ralph, U.S. Army.
Remembering our family's hero, my husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, Edgar William Fisher, Army.
On behalf of the family of Bruce R. Ralph, U.S. Navy.
I'm here to honor soulmate of Patricia Kelly and my father, Donald Kelly, U.S. Marine Corps. I love you and miss you so much.
My dad, Robert E. Heenan, U.S. Navy, that served on the Mekong Delta. Happy birthday and happy Father's Day.
The Jones family is here to honor my dad and her husband, Philip P. Jones, United States Army.
My husband, his gramps, Raymond E. LaRue, U.S. Army.
In memory of our father, H. Graham Hall, Jr.
U.S. Navy, thank you for your service.
And
We miss you.
On behalf of my dad, grandson, his wife, and the entire Rimmer family, Robert Larry Rimmer Sr., U.S. Army.
In honor of our hero, Van Smith, U.S. Marine Corps.
In loving memory of my husband and father, Raymond W. Vanetti, U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband, Barton Frederick Hilliard, United States Army.
On behalf of the family of Rolf C. Lyons, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of a 2010 inductee, my husband, honorees Duncan, U.S. Army.
The 82nd, the 101st, 173rd Airborne U.S. Secret Service, grandfather to Caesar, grandfather to Tristan, my dad. Happy Father's Day, boys. First round's on my mom.
Great job. Honoring my father, Max L. Costin, with the great-grandchildren, grandchildren, and my mother out in the audience today. Thank you, Dad, for everything you did.
In memory of my precious husband, Morris Larry Broom, Spec 4, United States Army. I believe in my heart that all veterans go to heaven. God bless you.
On behalf of the family, John Radu III, United States Air Force.
On behalf of my husband, Roger A. Butch Alderman, United States Army, proud husband, father, and papa.
In memory of Elvin C. Jackson, my husband.
My father, our hero, U.S. Army.
My brother-in-law, Stephen J. Alderman, United States Army.
In memory of my husband.
My father, Eddie Robert Burns, U.S. Army.
I'm here to honor Eric R. Enterline, United States Marine Corps. He was my husband of 51 years, as well as a father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, and he's so very much missed by all of us.
To our dad,
James A. Hall III.
U.S. Army. We love you and miss you, Papa J.
In memory of my dad, Eric Stone, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of our family, we honor my dad, Albert L. Beauregard,
U.S. Air Force.
Our dad, John U. Marks Jr., United States Marine Corps.
My husband and his father, Marvin Leon Green, U.S. Army.
My grandfather.
My dad and a loving husband, Robert Martin Lyle.
United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor Robert G. Purdy, U.S. Army.
From Iowa, I honor my brother, John Robert Landon, Seabee, U.S. Navy.
And my CB brother, the CB, too soon gone but never forgotten.
In memory of our papa and my son's great-grandpapa, James Clareton Yanneris, U.S. Army.
In memory of our papa, our father, our brother-in-law, John J. Rader Jr., U.S. Army.
We're here to honor our grandfather, Gary Garber, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of William S. Hollister, U.S. Army. I'm sorry, U.S. Navy, William S. Hollister.
In honor of my husband, Jack Michael Robinson, father, protector, brother.
And my grandfather, U.S. Navy.
For the family of Robert R. Bishop, Sr., United States Army, thank you for your service, and may God bless you all.
On behalf of the family, John E. Ruskowski, Jr., U.S. Air Force.
For the family of David H. Beck, U.S. Army, may God bless him and his family, and God bless all of you.
On behalf of my family, we honor my husband, Morris L. DuBois, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of James C. Steyer, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor John W. Somm, U.S. Army.
I honor my husband, George Herbert Snow, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family and friends, we honor my husband.
And my dad, Vincent Alexander Emmanuel, U.S. Army.
Anthony James Wallace, my gentle giant, Purple Heart, 1st Cav, U.S. Army. James Beasley Sr., U.S. Air Force, United States Air Force. Thank you.
On behalf of the family of Roger W. Sandhurst, U.S. Army.
In honor of our dad, Ted Knudsen, U.S. Army.
In honor of Jose L. Areola, Sr., U.S. Air Force, and also I honor my husband. He's a 2022 U.S. Army veteran.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Jerry D. Deaton, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Robert L. Duran, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the whole family, we honor my husband.
And our dad.
Bob Roy Jansen, United States Air Force, served Vietnam 69 to 70 and 71 to 72. I miss you, Darren.
Love you, Dad.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Gene H. Shantz, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family, in memory of George T. Higashino, U.S. Army.
In honor of my dad, her grandfather, Luis E. Garcia, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Patrick E. Karsh, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Dwayne F. Schilbaum, U.S. Air Force.
In memory of my husband, Gary F. Schiappa, 2020 honoree, Vietnam, 1965 to 66, U.S. Navy, USS Berry, 933.
On behalf of his family, we honor Frederick L. Simpson, U.S. Army.
In honor of Stan Gaulis, husband of Jean Gaulis, who was honored in 2021, a corporal in the Marines.
On behalf of the family, we honor Arthur W. Seabury, Jr., United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor Charles R. Price, Sr., U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of the family, in memory of their beloved father, Ronald B. Goforth, United States Army.
On behalf of the family of Daniel C. Schmidt, U.S. Army, we honor and remember you.
On behalf of the family and in memory of David J. Hutchins, U.S. Air Force.
In honor of my dad, Vernon Lee Davis, Air Force.
On behalf of the family, we recognize Michael W. Champion, United States Army.
In honor of my husband, Ernest Sonny Manlove, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, Howard L. Carter, U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, we honor William G. Snyder, U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
On behalf of their family, we would like to honor Daniel L. Bittler, U.S. Army. Thank you.
We honor Daniel Greenberg, U.S. Army, wife and son. Thanks for your service.
On behalf of the family of Michael J. Cook, U.S. Air Force, welcome home.
In memory of a 3-time Marine sergeant in Vietnam, Lester William Helm. He was a husband, a father, a grandfather, and a great-grandfather, and a great man. Bless you all.
On behalf of the family of James W. Beddoe, Jr., U.S. Marine Corps.
In memory of Stephen W. Schrum, U.S. Army. Couldn't attend today.
On behalf of Laura Greenwood and family, John Lee Greenwood, Sergeant, United States Army, 2019 honoree. Thank you for your service, John.
On behalf of the family of Patrick S. Swedler, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Harry D. Carney, United States Navy. Thank you.
In memory of my father, Ricky D. Meek, U.S. Army. Ride free, Dad.
On behalf of the family, Lonnie J. Bowman, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
In loving memory of my husband, Terry Lynn Rose, U.S. Army, 69 to 70, Vietnam, an in-memory honoree since 2022. Thank you.
In memory of our grandfather, Gary W. Cramber, United States Marine Corps, and the Bishop family, Ronald E. Bishop, United States Army.
In memory of my father, David P. Walters, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Richard A. Freeman, Jr., United States Navy, thank you for your service and sacrifice.
My dad, Robert Brownlee, U.S. Army. Enjoy life and have fun.
On behalf of the family, we'd like to honor Michael F. Franke, U.S. Navy.
In memory of David A. Ranke, my grandpa,
And my dad.
U.S. Army.
The family honors the memory of Kim N. Bennett, U.S. Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, we honor Theodore G. Shank, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family and my daughters, Ashley and I are here to honor the memory of Leonard Lewis Sovey, U.S. Army, 68.
On behalf of the family of Lyle R. Shannon, United States Army.
My dad and our family's hero, Robert A. Welch, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Henry E. Shockley, U.S. Army.
My husband, Walter F. Gerstel, Vietnam, 1967 to 68, United States Army.
On behalf of our entire extended family, we're honoring our cousin, James David Huckabee, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Jerry Forbes, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Billy D. Portoff, U.S. Army.
In honor of my grandfather,
my dad,
David A. Bell Sr., U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband,
and my proud dad, Raymond Joseph K., U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband,
For my father, Charles Vincent McFallon Jr., United States Marine Corps, hoorah.
On behalf of our family, our father, John Lloyd Beam, United States Air Force, retired.
On behalf of the Parker family, my uncle,
My brother,
Donald J. Parker Jr.
U.S. Army.
Father, grandfather, great-grandfather, Robert Wayne Priest, United States Army, airborne all the way.
On behalf of the family of Curran V. Benjamin, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor the memory of Melvin D. Shores II, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, Barry I. Benkyat, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we remember Gary R. Ziegler, U.S. Air Force.
In memory of my daddy, Ronald Scott, U.S. Navy CB. I miss you, Daddy.
On behalf of the family, Keith L. Woodcock, United States Navy.
On behalf of our family, my father,
my grandfather,
Miles Anthonio Wilburn, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family and his loving wife, Conrad F. Plodwick, United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, the memory of Ralph E. Fortney, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his loving family, Larry P. Wright, United States Navy. Thank you for your sacrifice.
On behalf of his family, Robert E. Hester, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family, we honor Donald Guy Harris Sr., U.S. Navy. Welcome home, Dad.
In memory of my father, Roger Gordon Sturgis, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines.
My husband, Bruce Allen Kelly, U.S. Army.
On behalf of my entire family, we honor my father, John Patrick Leddick, United States Navy, CB.
On behalf of the family, we honor Billy D. Sisk, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Albert J. Bellevue, United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, we remember James F. Slockett, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Richard J. Cooney, United States Marine Corps.
We are here on behalf of our family to honor Charles E. Mortow, husband, father, grandfather, friend, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, for Jerry E. Cooley, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Evans H. Dunn, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Larry J. Fink, U.S. Marine Corps.
Paul John Miller, father, husband, papa, who served in the United States Air Force and loved to be called Grunt, as he was.
On behalf of the family, please honor John F. Feltz Sr., U.S. Navy.
In honor of her uncle and my big brother, John Lee Williams, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, Frank D. Halsey, U.S. Army.
My friend of almost 60 years, Frederick Kent Hesse, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, Keith O. Cottrell, U.S. Army.
In honor of my dad, James E. Murphy Jr., or Murph, U.S. Army.
Charles F. Falls, United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, we honor John W. Smith, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
On behalf of the family of Darrell E. Wilson, U.S. Army.
On behalf of my husband,
And my daddy,
Carter Wayne Beatty,
U.S. Army, 101st Airborne.
In behalf of the family of Joseph J. Haggerty, United States Army.
On behalf of Arnold E. Fripp, I'm speaking for his wife, who's my cousin, U.S. Army. May you rest in peace.
On behalf of the family of Johnny M. Castleberry, United States Army.
In memory of my father
and my grandfather,
From San Juan, Puerto Rico, Jose Fernandez Paoli, U.S. Army.
The Barnes family is here to honor our father, grandfather, and brother,
Richard Joseph Barnes.
United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Gregory Overholt, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Larry Coy, United States Army.
In memory of Edgar R. Smith, U.S. Navy, thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family of Frank Wassenaar, United States Army.
My dad, Dr. Barry Wenz, United States Army 2024 honoree. We miss you, we love you, and we'll never forget you. And by the way, you're a great grandpa. Congrats.
My best friend of over 20 years, Stephen Michael Horahan, United States Army.
In memory of my husband,
a father and grandfather, Emmanuel Manny Maimoni, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family and his wife Sheila Overholtz, Cheney D. Overholtz, United States Army.
Our dad, Richard A. Irwin, U.S. Army.
Love you, Dad.
On behalf of the family of Donald D. Johnston, U.S. Air Force, thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, in memory of George A. Smith, Jr., United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Abner M., III, U.S. Marine Corps, thank you for your service.
For the family of O'Leary D. Smock, U.S. Army, we remember you.
All of us are mourning in some way or another, and Matthew 5:4 says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." In remembrance of the family of Thomas A. Gwinnett, U.S. Army, Jesus loves you.
And in loving name for his family, Joel A. St. Clair, United States Air Force.
In honor of the family, in memory of Salvatore P. Favaza, U.S. Army.
In memory of Donald E. Snyder, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Hollis W. Guthrie, United States Army.
In honor of Wayne E. Spear, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family of Albert James Jim Frick, U.S. Army, thank you for your service.
In honor of our Papa, Bill DeWitt, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Lewis F. Connors, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor William L. Smeltzer, U.S. Army.
My father.
And my husband, William Murphy, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we remember Ralph W. Stanbrook, U.S. Army.
In honor of our hero, husband, dad, pappy, and friend, Denny D. Ayers, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of David L. Stewart, U.S. Army.
In memory of a great listener,
And my grandfather,
Richard W. Beck, a proud
U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family of James E. Young, U.S. Army.
In memory of my brother, Gary M. Robinson.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Donald J. Zamit, U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband, Ronald F. Calta, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor David Aldo Barrera, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
In honor of our father, husband, and a wonderful papa, Marshall F. Collins, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Gary W. Stein, U.S. Army, thank you for your service.
On behalf of our family, Charles E. Finch, U.S. Army, father, grandfather,
and wife of 53 years, I miss you very much.
In memory of Stephen L. Soden, U.S. Army, thank you.
On behalf of the family and his wife Karen, Larry L. Hoffman, U.S. Marine Corps, Litchfield, Minnesota.
On behalf of the family, Franklin D. Spence, Sr., U.S. Army.
We are here to honor my father, Richard Nelson Meacham Sr., Marine Corps, United States.
On behalf of the family, Joe J. Smith, U.S. Army.
In honor of our dad, husband, and opa to the grandkids, Thomas McGuire.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, William R. Wolf, Jr., U.S. Army.
Honoring my husband,
Our dad, Pop, and great-grandpapa.
Specialist 5, Virgil, also known as Smokey, Spiva, U.S. Army.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. We love and miss you.
On behalf of my daddy, Wesley H. Pake, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, Thomas E. Collins III, United States Air Force.
In loving memory of our father, Richard Andrew Benninger, United States Army. Richard was a devoted husband, father, grandfather, and good friend. To all, we love and miss you so much. Happy birthday, happy Father's Day. Godspeed.
On behalf of the family, Lanny L. Bates, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his loving wife, my father,
My grandfather,
Daniel James Hageman.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Dwayne B. Chamberlain, U.S. Army, welcome home, soldier.
On behalf of the family, Larry E. Owens, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Richard D. Barber, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, Roger D. Owens, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Ronald L. Hardin, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Claude R. Owens, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Donald K. Healy, Sr., U.S. Army. Go Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Everett V. Parker, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Hartley C. Farmer, U.S. Army, gone before it's about time he came home. Amen.
On behalf of his family, we honor David L. Parman, U.S. Army. You are not forgotten.
On behalf of the family, we honor Daniel L. Foss, U.S. Air Force.
In honor of my brother, Henry Fawcett Sr., U.S. Navy, father to Henry Jr., Dan, and Jack, grandfather to Ryan. We miss you and love you.
On behalf of his family, Alvin E. Collins, U.S. Army.
In memory of my dad, and on behalf of his grandkids and great-grandkids, Leland E. Payne, U.S. Army.
My dad, James E. Henderson, U.S. Air Force.
In honor of my husband, Gary L. Tracy.
Our father.
United States Air Force.
On behalf of the family, in memory, Dennis V. Frank, United States Air Force.
On behalf of his family, Lyle D. Parr, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, in memory of Ronald E. Hankey, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, Theodore R. Pata, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, I'm proud to honor Jerry R. Baum, United States Navy. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of my entire family, I honor my father, Robert Starr, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, Perry W. Duckworth, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
In memory of my wonderful husband, Thomas James Flaherty, U.S. Army.
My brother, Thomas Flaherty. Rest in peace.
On behalf of his family, Charlie D. Factor, U.S. Army.
Our father and loving husband, Robert J. Stevens, Jr., United States Air Force.
On behalf of his family, Ronald E. Hines, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Robert B. Paul, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service and welcome.
On behalf of his family, James B. Clifton, U.S. Army, thank you for your service.
My father,
My grandfather,
Rosendo Robles.
U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, I'd like to honor Richard A. Fritz, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of my family, our hero, my father,
My grandfather.
Santos V. Gomez, U.S. Army, 1st Cav.
The family would like to honor the service and memory of Morris M. Baker, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor the memory of Cecil J. Paul, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, they would like to honor Gerald M. Ashendon, U.S. Navy.
Honoring our forever hero, our dad, Sergeant Juan Cortez, Jr., United States Army, from Salinenio, Texas, beloved husband, father, and grandfather. Forever in our hearts. Happy Father's Day.
On behalf of the family, we honor James M. Choate, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family, we honor my husband, Frederick John Belanger, U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force, and his loving husband, father, and grandfather. Thank you.
On behalf of our family, we honor my dad.
And my grandfather, David A. Jensen, United States Army.
We miss him.
On behalf of his family, Donald R. Pauley II, U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband,
My brother,
Timothy Michael Bjork,
United States Army.
happy anniversary.
We love you, Timmy.
We're here to honor our grandfather, Patrick Joseph O'Donnell, United States Marine Corps.
In honor of our father,
Gerald J. Axman, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Carl D. Pearson, U.S. Army.
In loving memory of my husband, Franklin A. Smith, father, grandfather, great-grandfather.
U.S. Army, MP.
On behalf of his loving family, Floyd G. Pegump, United States Army, thank you for your service and sacrifice.
I'm here to honor my father, loving papa, great papa, father-in-law, friend, known as Mac, to his Vietnam buddies, Roland, Leon, Matthew, McLaren. I miss you so much, Semper Fi. Love you.
in memory of my dad,
And my brother.
Charles D. Grissom, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of my family, we honor my uncle, Paul Ronaldo, U.S. Marines.
In loving memory of my granddaddy,
And my dad.
on behalf of the rest of our family and my mom in the audience, we remember Garland Dewey East, United States Army.
Love you, Dad.
To our uncle and great uncle, James Myron Bones Boddicker, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Robert W. Winter, Sr., U.S. Army.
In honor of our husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, Richard M. Paradowski, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, in honor of Milton H. Wineland, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of my family, we honor my dad, Naaman Earl Guthrie, U.S. Army, 101st Airborne Rangers.
On behalf of our entire family and in loving memory of
our Peepaw, dad, and husband, John William Shriver of the U.S. Army.
In honor of our dad,
my papa,
and our hero, Martin John Golden, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Alton D. Carr, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Gerald D. Cheshire, U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service.
In honor of my husband, my fellow sailor, we met in the Navy, my girl's dad,
my poppy.
Thank you for your service, United States Navy, VAW 113.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Richard W. Henson, U.S. Army.
On behalf of this family,
we honor John M. Eshtay, U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
On behalf of his family, Lawrence J. Standish, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
My husband, my dad and grandfather, Bobby J. Aldridge, Vietnam 6970, 1st Cav, Army.
On behalf of the family, Raymond W. Angel, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Kenneth L. Gurton, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of the family, for Leslie E. Andrus, U.S. Army.
In honor of our grandfather, Charles G. Wagner Sr., United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor David W. Johnson, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family, our grandfather,
Donald J. Altera Jr., Donnie, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor Carol R. Johnson, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, Roger D. Belcher, United States Army. Welcome home.
On behalf of the family of and in memory of Robert C. Hawes, U.S. Army, you are never forgotten.
On behalf of our family, we honor my dad, Gary Paul Christie, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Garvin D. Hayes, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
In honor of my husband, a father, and a grandfather, Sheldon J. Handelman, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Joe W. Edwards, Jr. of the United States Navy. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of my husband, David Ernest Louay.
and Papa, U.S. Navy, 5 combat tours.
On behalf of the family, in remembrance of Marmion J.K. Gumpfer, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Stephen R. Simzak, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family of Jerome W. Douglas, U.S. Army.
To honor my husband and my small family, Grover W. Baker, Army. Thank you. God bless America.
On behalf of the family, we honor Ramon L. Alfonso, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of our friends and family, we honor my dad,
Vern Orrin Roberts III, 1st Cav, Medic, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family and in honor of Andrew C. Acevedo, U.S. Marine Corps, thank you for your service.
In honor of my husband, and miss him every day, Robert L. Wrinkle, U.S. Army, 2nd Squadron, 1st Cav.
On behalf of the family of Sidney C. Galloway, United States Army.
On behalf of the family and in honor of Laverne E. Zinker, United States Army.
On behalf of the family of Juan M. Aguilar, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor John C. Stone, Sr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family and friends, our brother and hero, Charles A. Chuck Pearson.
Special Operations Group, 13th Man, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, Stephen L. Strange, U.S. Army.
In love and memory of my husband,
Coy Norris Sr., a father, Papa, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Charles T. Strong III, U.S. Navy.
my husband, Frank Marion Arnold III, Army, Airborne.
On behalf of his family, we honor Thomas B. Sullivan, Jr., United States Navy. On behalf of his family, Jim D. Allen, U.S. Army.
Honoring our dad, grandpa, and great-grandpa,
Daniel Harps, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, Jerome D. Johnson, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of my father and my family, honor Steve Gary Turner, U.S. Army.
In honor of my husband, Dallas Michael Howell, U.S. Marine Corps.
In honor of our father, grandfather, and beloved husband,
Bruce A. Wiener.
U.S. Army.
In honor of husband, dad, bumpa, brother, and mentor. Pencil, U.S. Army paratroop.
In memory of our father, Frederick J. Horn II, United States Army.
We're here to honor the memory of my father-in-law.
And my father, Erwin Joseph Baker, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor J.D. Sweetall, U.S. Army.
On behalf of my family, my father, James Dale Rawson, U.S. Army.
We honor our father, Dennis K. Peart,
United States Air Force.
On behalf of my three wonderful sons, my extended family, and myself, I honor my late husband, Joseph Edward Seneca, who loved our country and loved serving in the United States Marine Corps. Thank you, Joe.
On behalf of his family, we remember Arthur J. Swanson, United States Marine Corps.
In honor of my husband,
father, and great friend,
Weldon Wayne Vidito, Jr., U.S. Marine Corps. Semper Fi.
On behalf of our family and friends, we honor my father and her husband, Charles A. Moy, Jr., U.S. Army, 25th Infantry.
In memory of our stepdad, Eugene Gardner, also known as Kansas City, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Colin M. Swindell, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our whole family who are here today, we honor the best dad ever,
Lawrence Joseph Glemser, United States Navy, United States Air Force.
In honor of Thomas E. Prue, United States Navy.
In memory of my father, a loving husband, grandpa, and great-grandpa, Keith E. Dinger, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of the family, Michael J. Taylor, U.S. Army.
On behalf of my mother, Frances, my brother, Kelly, Mike, my sister, Laurie, my father, Jackie G. Metz, United States Air Force.
We love you, Miss Bishop Pat, daughter-in-law.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Herman C. Thomas, Jr., United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of our family, my father, fellow Marine, and his sister, Thomas Paul Glogowski, Master Sergeant, USMC. Happy Father's Day and Semper Fi.
Love you, Tommy.
On behalf of his family, my father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, Walter J. Beinke, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Jimmy L. Hadaway, U.S. Navy.
In loving memory of my husband, Herbert John Clarence Schmall, United States Marine Corps. Hoorah!
On behalf of the family, we recognize David A. Dillian, U.S. Army.
In memory of my father
and my stepfather,
Gary Dean Stroud, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Victor T. Deese, United States Army.
On behalf of his family and myself, we're here to honor my husband, James Keith Harris, United States Marine Corps.
Remembering and honoring Gary T. Blevin, United States Marine Corps.
We remember my dad, loving husband, and very proud grandfather, Paul George Tisdale, United States Navy. Thanks for giving us the best life.
For the family of Harry W. Davenport, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of my family, my brother, Lance Corporal Milford Allen Tatro, U.S. Marines. Thank you.
On behalf of the family of Jerry M. Jennings, United States Army.
In memory of Robert S. Thompson, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Gilbert F. Dykob, U.S. Air Force.
In memory of William L. Thompson, Jr., U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family of and in memory of David N. T. Perry, United States Army.
On behalf of our 5 kids, the 1 grandchild, our extended family, and the entire Wood family,
We are here for my husband, Roy Warren Wood, U.S. Marine Corps and U.S. Army retired.
Love you, brother.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Gene E. Drasher, U.S. Army, hooah.
Standing in for my mother, my dad, Jesse A. Davis, U.S. Navy.
Also honoring William Big David Bigelow, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor Glenn R. Eldridge, U.S. Navy.
I'm here with my brother to honor my grandfather, Kenneth J. Couture of the United States Marines.
On behalf of the family, we honor George H. Hearn, U.S. Navy.
In memory of Lawrence W. Raffy, Jr., my husband.
And my brother, who was a special uncle.
In honor of my brother, John Joseph Nelson, who spent 7 years in Vietnam, 101st Airborne Division, United States Army.
We honor and remember my husband, a father, a grandfather, Paul Vincent Connolly, United States Marine Corps.
We honor my husband,
my dad and proud Grampy Pie,
and our hero, Michael Zinke,
U.S. Navy.
Thank you.
On behalf of his family, we honor Coma Larry Eisenhower, United States Air Force.
My brother and I are here to honor my husband of 40 years, Huey pilot, Thomas T. Ritchie from Independence, Oregon.
On behalf of the family, we honor William H. Thormelin, U.S. Marine Corps.
In honor of my husband, a father and very proud grandpa, William Patrick Gruber,
U.S. Navy Seabees.
We're proud to honor our dad, Charles W. Johnson, U.S. Army.
In memory of my brother, Craig Leo Gilliland, a proud member of the United States Marine Corps.
To the best dad, husband, grandfather, uncle to ever walk this planet, Cedel Calvin Small Jr., we missed your laugh, Pop-Tart.
In honor of Gary Russell Sugat Swanberg, brother, husband, father, last assigned to the 432nd Reconnaissance Technical Squadron, United States Air Force.
We honor a brother, father, friend, my and my sister's stepfather,
and my husband, Gregory Dale Dodson, U.S. Army.
career in Minnesota Army National Guard.
You've reached the rainbow's end.
I'm here in memory of Kenneth Watson Kunda, love of my life, and for all the Vietnam veterans and what they went through when they came home. And I just want to God bless all the people that lost someone and all the people that never got to live their whole lives because of it. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Navy, Brownwater Navy.
On behalf of his family, Thomas N. Tishner, United States Army.
On behalf of the family of Ronald D. Krockelman, U.S. Army, U.S. Paratrooper. Hooah!
On behalf of his family, Lincoln H. Tomei, U.S. Marine Corps.
My father,
My brother,
Joseph R. Finaro.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Edward M. Toth, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our entire family, we honor in loving memory my father,
my husband and best friend of 55 years,
Peter Clark Johnson, Sr., U.S. Army, Vietnam, 69-70.
On behalf of his family, Charles D. Townsend, U.S. Army.
In memory of my father, my grandfather, Robert J. Mahan, U.S. Army.
In memory of my dad, Tom's father,
Margaret's husband, Marigold and Graham's grandfather, Michael Gubitosi, United States Army.
My husband, my hero, Stanley Martin Bates.
Dad and grandfather, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we proudly remember Dennis L. Turner, United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, we remember Rodney A. Dutton, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor David A. Turner, Army.
On behalf of his family, William D. Eckerd, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, Chester E. Beatty, Jr., United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, please honor Sheldon V. Amell, Sr., U.S. Army.
In loving memory of our husband,
our father, grandpa, and great-grandpa,
Anthony E. Armbrust, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, Kenneth W. Anton, United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi.
On behalf of the family, Joseph M. Morrow, U.S. Air Force.
Aloha. I'm here with my ohana to honor my beloved husband, father, grandpa, great-grandpa, Richard Allen Kalamau Sr., who served in the U.S. Army 25th Infantry from Waianae, Hawaii. Mahalo.
In loving memory of my father, Dr. John Burns, U.S. Navy, inducted last year.
On behalf of his family, Richard A. Udmundson, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, Anthony A. Timoneri, Jr., U.S. Marines.
On behalf of his family, in honor of Charles D. Allred, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we remember Daniel J. Vale, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service and welcome home.
On behalf of the family, in honor of Keith L. Holloway, U.S. Marine Corps.
We're here to honor our dad, Ralph Elton Balcom, proudly served in the Brown Water Navy.
On behalf of the family, Jerry W. Zbornik, United States Marine Corps.
In memory of Thomas C. Jones, Jr., my husband, a father, and a grandfather, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the Parada family, we honor Robert C. Parada, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family of Guy L. Ussery.
United States Navy, thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family of Frank E. DiMartino, Sr., United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi.
In memory of my husband
and my dad, Ronald D. Kennedy, United States Army.
On behalf of the family of Larry G. Johnson, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Philip B. Vanderweide, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, I am proud to honor Kenneth F. Peterson, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
John Eugene Tucker, United States Air Force Security Forces.
Love and miss you, Grandpa.
On behalf of the family, Douglas L. Dixon, United States Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, we honor Kenneth S. Vargason, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, Alan Anderson, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family and in honor of Jason L. Vonasek, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, Danny H. Purin, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor Gerald L. Bonazin, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, I honor Harold J. Jurgensen, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
In memory of my husband of 55 years, Ronald Lewis Cutterback was in the Navy and the Army Reserves.
We love you, G-Pa.
The family would like to honor the service and memory of William A. Johnston, U.S. Army.
On behalf of my mother, my brother, and my sister, we honor my dad, Ernest H. McMahon, known as Mac, retired prime beef, United States Air Force.
Love you, Dad.
In honor of our brother and uncle, Philip A. Thomas, U.S. Army.
In honor of my dad, Paul E. Maggart, United States Army. I'd just like to say that thanks to God's promise, I'll see him again soon.
On behalf of my family, we honor my dad, Ronald J. Smith, United States Marines.
We're here to honor the memory of our uncle and friend, a brother and a husband, Mark Francis Moran.
U.S. Army.
In honor of our father, Robert L. Parker, U.S. Army.
In honor of my brother,
My husband,
My father,
and my grandpa, James L. Vitalo, U.S. Army. God bless America.
we are proud to honor my brother-in-law, Ruben Ponce Reda, U.S. Army, Airborne.
On behalf of the family, William K. Wacker, United States Navy.
Husband, father, grandfather, brother, and friend of many, Dennis L. Vandeker, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Daniel P. Waters, United States Marine Corps.
In loving memory of our father, grandfather,
And my husband,
Anthony Joseph Almarico Jr.,
United States
Army.
In memory of my husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and friend, Thomas C. Bullington, U.S. Air Force.
Go Hawks.
On Iowa.
We remember and honor my husband,
My father,
Bernard Townley Rivas.
United States Air Force.
On behalf of our entire family, we're here today to honor my husband, Michael David Kettleson from Oregon, and he was United States Army. We miss you. Welcome home, Mike.
In honor of my brother, Maurice Mo E. Lemire Jr., United States Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor Kenneth A. Von Felt, United States Air Force.
We honor our father, Lawrence Daniel Lucas.
U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, we honor David C. Wallstrom, U.S. Air Force, off in the wild blue yonder.
In memory and in honor of my beloved husband,
And my father,
Charles Bradley Norris, Jr.
United States Marine Corps.
In honor of my father,
And my husband,
Gerald A. Lombardo Sr., U.S. Army. First Cav, 3 tours and Nam. God bless you.
we love you and miss you forever, Rambo.
We're the son, wife, and nephew of James M. Goodwin, United States Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis, and brother of Raymond.
On behalf of my family, Raymond John Goodwin II, U.S. Army.
In memory of my hero, our father, Terrence Lynn Lawfer, our papa, U.S. Navy. Thank you.
On behalf of our entire family, in loving memory, we honor
Jerry Mannering, U.S. Navy.
Keep rounding third and sliding to second, Dad.
We lovingly honor my husband, my dad, Charles Henry Moulter Jr. He served 2 tours with the United States Air Force.
In honor of my father, Gerald Kai Holtz, 1st Infantry Army, 6970, Big Red 1.
On behalf of his family, we honor Benny W. White, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor Roger M. Delaria, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor James L. Weber, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor William I. Ingram, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Herman White, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Dwayne H. Propes, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Robert F. White, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor Samuel R. Juraco Jr., U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor Ronnie G. Wilson, U.S. Army. Welcome home.
On behalf of his family, we honor Ralph W. Plunkett, United States Army.
On behalf of his family and in memory of Bobby D. Wilcox, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Ronald D. Adams, U.S. Marine Corps.
In memory of James E. King, U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of our family, we'd like to honor our father, husband, grandfather, great-grandfather, friend, George Bornitz, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Roger W. Keller, U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family, we'd like to honor William E. Masick, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we would like to honor Clifford W. Keener, U.S. Navy, proud Seabee.
On behalf of the family, we would like to honor Donald W. Carter, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
In honor of family of Julian R. Lambert, U.S. Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Bruce W. Adams of the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
We honor James Kling, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, we recognize and honor William R. Yates of the U.S. Army.
Our family is here to honor William Michael Burns, U.S. Navy and U.S. Army, his beloved father, husband, grandfather. You're missed a lot, and I love you, and we'll all see you soon.
On behalf of the family of Joseph Furtado III,
U.S. Navy.
On behalf of Roger D. Cathell, Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps. Husband.
Father, grandfather, and great-grandfather.
And also, we would like to honor a very good friend of my husband and I's, William J. Chester, Jr., husband, stepfather, and grandfather, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family and in honor of Paul S. Ramirez.
U.S. Army.
In memory of Donald P. Blandford, loving husband, father, brother, and son, United States Navy. Happy anniversary, darling. I miss you.
On behalf of the family, Armando L. Garza, Jr.
U.S. Army.
In honor of my brother, my goodness. I'm sorry.
My father.
Uncle Sergeant Robert Allen White, U.S. Army, 1st Infantry Division.
On behalf of the family, we honor Joseph D. Garza,
U.S. Navy.
In honor of our dad,
Ned A. Jones, U.S. Army.
From our family, go ahead. From our family, we are here to honor General Salado, U.S. Marine, my husband.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Edgar R. Irizarry, Sr.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of our family, our grandfather, Juan D. Zuniga, U.S. Army paratrooper.
On behalf of family, friends, and country, we honor Clyde W. Carter, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we proudly honor George H. Kimura, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of his Ohana, we'd like to honor Milton S. Gu, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Chris S. Kuhn, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we'd like to honor Charles G. Hano, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Lawrence E. Koch, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Gerald E. Burns, U.S. Navy.
In honor of his family, we honor John B. Kreidler, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor John E. Campbell III, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor Larry J. Kroljak, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Stephen C. Cameron, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor William
F. Keel, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, in honor of Gordon A. Burge Jr., U.S. Army.
Yate, in honor of my father, my husband, Harold Dedman, U.S. Army. Ahiaha.
A loving family, ma'am. In memory of my husband, Robert A. Brotherson, U.S. Army, 2nd of the 1st Cav, Vietnam, 67-68.
We are here to honor my hero, my husband, the best father of 3 wonderful boys I could ever ask for.
Jared A. Graham, United States Army.
Thank you. We love you, Jer.
In memory of my husband, 50 years next week, Stephen Jareggi III, United States Army. And on behalf of their families, Lee Harry Zamora, United States Air Force, and Raymond D. Windsor, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Emil C. Lack Jr., U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of our mother Barbara, who's watching from home, my sister Nicole and I are here to honor our hero, a beloved father, husband, Pop-Hop, and great Pop-Hop, Peter Graham McCormack, also known as Rodan, United States Army. We love and miss you, Dad.
We are proud to honor my grandmother's son, my father, my children's grandfather, David Russell Palmater, U.S. Army.
On behalf of my family, I'm here to honor my daddy, Herb Robinson Jr., Air Cavalry Troop 11, Armory Cavalry Regiment, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Donald J. Lange, United States Air Force.
On behalf of my family, I'd like to honor my father, Ernest H. Brown Jr., United States Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor William A. Langham, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
On behalf of his family, and in memory of Lexi D. Rhodes, U.S. Air Force.
I'm here in loving memory of my father, Oliver Donovan Olmert, U.S. Army. We miss him. We love him. Happy birthday, happy Father's Day. And I wish you got to know me and my children.
On behalf of the family of Milton R. Rhodes, United States Army.
In honor of David D. Sposito, my husband.
Our father and proud papa, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family and in memory of William L. Yarborough, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor Terry L. Lorraine, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Yuri Yurievich, U.S. Army.
In loving memory of my late husband, Jerome Leo Cubit.
My dad, loving grandpa and great-grandpa.
And
thank you for your service.
And his great-grandson, Hiram, would have liked to be here because it's his hero. Anyway, thanks to all of you who served.
Yeah, we're all family here.
On behalf of the family, we honor the memory of Terry F. Rice, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family of Ed Blake of Waukon, Iowa, who served in the U.S. Army, we thank you for your service. On behalf of Gary Lee Dundee, we thank you for your service in the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Carl Reister, U.S. Army.
Aloha kako, on behalf of our entire ohana from Oahu, Hawaii, and in honor of our father, Andrew Wayne Ankog, also known as Pineapple, United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, we honor Albert J. Cardoza, U.S. Marine Corps, Semper Fi.
Dennis G. Starling, United States Marine Corps, our uncle and husband to our Aunt Sally.
On behalf of his family, we honor Jose G. Riojas Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor John R. Leach, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Robert H. Silva, U.S. Navy.
Here to honor my father, her husband, grandfather, great-grandfather, Staff Sergeant Ernest L. Emerson, Vietnam, 6772. United States Army.
America. On behalf of our father, we honor my dad, our hero, Raul Boxer Alvarado, awarded 3 Purple Hearts and the Bronze Star Medal with Valor for his service to our country, the United States Army. Dad, we love you more.
On behalf of my dopey brothers, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, and an awesome son-in-law, we honor my dad, Fred Ray Taylor Jr., U.S. Army. Love and miss you, Daddy-O.
On behalf of the family of William H. McLaughlin, United States Navy, we honor him today. Fair winds and fair sails.
On behalf of his family, Donald R. Lee, Jr., United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Robert I. Metcalf, U.S. Marine Corps.
In honor of my husband and friend, Martin T. Frankie Jr., United States Army.
On behalf of his family, I'm proud to honor Joseph F. Mesa, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
In honor of my husband, Albert H. Kasperzik, with his loving family here from the United States Army.
Devoted husband, father, grandfather, and soon-to-be great-grandfather, Honorado Keli'iko Loko Maikai Jr. Yakapin from Wahiwa, Hawaii. 2 tours, one's 1st Infantry Division, 2nd with 5th Special Forces. Ahui ho, Dad.
In honor of our family, my husband is a father, grandfather, and brother. We honor James C. Peltier.
My dad, U.S. Army.
Honoring our dad, David P. Rodriguez, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family of Thomas R. Leake, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor James C. Harrison, United States Army.
In memory of husband, son, brother, grandfather, and our father, John Paul Breichel, United States Air Force, Vietnam, 67 to 68. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Eugene A. Randall, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor Emmanuel A. Macias, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of James R. McCormick Sr., United States Air Force.
On behalf of his loving wife, my brothers and sisters, we honor my father,
Hi, Papa.
Coy Ray Yancey, U.S. Army, 1st Air Cav.
In memory of my dad,
And my grandfather, Bernard William Valencia, in the United States Army.
On behalf of the family, Wayne K. Lund, U.S. Army.
From the entire family, we honor James E. Black, my husband, U.S. Navy, Blue Water. 67 to 71.
On behalf of our family, we are honored to announce our hero, a beloved beloved husband, father, and poppy, Sergeant Jasper Douglas Clark, 1st Platoon, 9th Marines, Vietnam.
In honor of our father and grandfather,
Our hero, Joseph Ketzer Jr.
U.S. Navy Seabees.
On behalf of the family of James F. Lentz, United States Marine Corps.
We proudly honor our father
And my husband.
Steve Brunette, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, I'm proud to honor Thomas L. Lobo, U.S. Army.
in memory of my husband, their father, Michael D. McDougall.
U.S. Army, 101st Airborne, Screaming Eagles.
On behalf of the family, we honor Stephen H. Lewis, U.S. Navy.
In honor of my friend John Robert May, U.S. Navy and Marines Corpsman.
On behalf of my brother, my mom, myself, and my other family, we honor my dad, James T. Lindsay, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of our entire family and friends, we are here to honor our dad, Maurice Leon Smith, Jr.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Donald D. Light, U.S. Army.
My father,
My grandfather.
Francis Patrick Markowitz, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of my husband,
Father and Papa,
Rich Piscarich, Army, 101st Airborne, Bronze Star.
My sister and I are here today to honor our father,
Charles James Stapalonis.
the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi.
On behalf of his family, we honor Arthur C. Littlejohn, Jr.
Our family remembers my father, Daniel Milnes, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Michael T. Lepovec, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Rupert C. Potter, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Bruce Logan, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Howard A. Woodbury, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
We're here to honor my husband, Dennis E. Sill, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Delmar G. McKeever, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of my family, my father, Gary Wayne Meese, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor John H. Deckert, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, we honor James G. Lenz, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, I'm proud to honor Douglas T. Ginny, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Henry T.K. Makua, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we honor Jack E. Davis, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
To honor my husband, Dennis Allen Dade, United States Air Force. Thank you.
On behalf of his family, I am pleased to honor Earl W. Davis, Jr., United States Army. Thank you for your service.
I'm here to honor my husband, Jeffrey Bear, grandfather, father, United States Army.
On behalf of his family and friends, we honor today Ronald P. Reboucher, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we're here to honor Gary A. Leopold Sr., U.S. Army. All gave some gave all. Thanks for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Gerald D. Green, U.S. Army.
We're here to honor our grandfather, our papa, John Francis Hogarty, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Carl W. Godby, U.S. Army.
Our father, Ronald Weiland, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Gregory G. Meredick, United States Navy.
As his favorite child, I'm here to honor my father, Edward J. Miller, U.S. Army.
In honor of my brother, Richard Eugene Kruder, United States Air Force, Military Police, Military Honor Guard.
On behalf of the family of Kenneth R. Mann, U.S. Army.
With his mother and sister, we'd like to honor my husband, Albion Newton.
U.S. Marine Corps. Yashin Sung.
U.S. Marine Corps.
U.S. Marine Corps.
My husband, William David Babcock, proud father and grandfather, United States Marine Corps.
My dad, Thomas Leroy Carlton, United States Army.
My son and I are here to honor my husband.
Gaetano Farinola Farina, United States Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor Daniel A. Matusewicz for his service, U.S. Army.
In loving memory, we are here to honor the service and sacrifice of my husband and brother, Patrick Dennis West, U.S. Army.
My first husband, Jerry W. Perkins, U.S. Air Force. My second husband, Billy Eugene Cloud, U.S. Army.
With love and pride for my husband, Carl Lynn Wilson, our father, our great papa, U.S. Army.
In memory of my dad, Jerry Brady, and Grandpa, U.S. Army, 101st Airborne. Love you, Dad.
My big brother and my husband, Leo Pasilico Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Francis V. Manning, U.S. Navy.
In loving memory, we're here to honor and welcome home my grandfather, known as Pappy.
My dad, Gary A. Taylor, U.S. Army. Love you, Dad.
In loving memory of my husband, father, and grandfather, we honor Stephen Fred Records, U.S. Army. He was in Vietnam from 67 to 69. It's one of a kind.
Yeah, it's 20 Father's Day without you, Dad. We love and miss you.
In memory of our father, David H. Stafford Jr., Master Sergeant, Air Force.
Father, grandfather, all the way to great-grandfather, and a father to those who didn't have them. So.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
In memory of our father and a grandfather, George Vernon Smith, member of the 199th U.S. Army.
We honor our dad, a loving husband, father, and papa, Dennis Ohl, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, we honor Edward L. Neptune, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Jack S. Howe, United States Air Force, we honor and thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Donald C. Machad, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Richard C. Bryant, United States Air Force.
On behalf of our family, my husband, I honor him today. He was John Bailey, U.S. Army, Vietnam, New Hampshire National Guard, Desert Storm.
On behalf of the family, we honor Dennis R. Meldrum, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Edward A. Midgley,
United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Richard A. Meadows, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
In honor of our grandfather and our family hero, Forrest W. Brewer, Jr., United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Burton W. Booker of the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
I would like to honor my husband of, would have been 52 years, John Earl Mays, Jr. from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
U.S. Army 589th Engineering Battalion.
This is our son, John Earl Mays III. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the family, we recognize and honor Donald R. Porter, U.S. Air Force.
In loving memory of our father, grandfather, and great-grandfather.
Stephen Shimoleski, Jr., also known as Butch.
United States Army.
We love you, Grandpa.
Love you, Grandpa.
In loving memory of our dad,
Michael E. Green, United States Army.
my loving husband, Richard L. Moy, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Dallas M. Simmons Sr., U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
I'm here in honor of my husband, father, and grandfather, Danny J. Bass.
On behalf of his family and friends, we honor
Kenneth J. Wood.
U.S. Army.
Thank you for your service.
My children and I would like to honor their father and my husband, Aaron G. Stevens, United States Army. Thank you.
To that wonderful cocky 25-year-old Marine Corps vet who took on an equally cocky 17-year-old recent high school graduate, protested the war just to find a guy to marry. Thank you for giving me the best 50 years of my life. To my husband, Anthony Oswald, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of myself, his daughter, my sister, grandchildren, son-in-laws, extended family, and friends, we're here to honor Oscar William Metcalf Jr., U.S. Navy. Thank you so much for your service to and for our country.
In loving memory of my husband, proud father and grandfather, James Patrick Ellis Sr., Sergeant, MP, U.S. Army, Vietnam, 1969. Love you and miss you every day.
On behalf of the family, we honor Brennan A. Malloy, U.S. Army.
In loving memory of my husband, a proud dad and grandpa, Kenneth Worthy, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Daniel J. Hunsinger, Sr., U.S. Army.
In loving memory and honor of our dear brother, Timothy Higgins,
U.S. Army, 1st Infantry Division, the big red one. We're also here to represent the family of my dear friend, Robert Markham, U.S. Navy, Army Hospital Corpsman, attached to the 3rd Marine Division. After discharge, he served as a nurse at the VA hospital in Ann Arbor, continuing to take care of vets until his retirement.
On behalf of his family, in honor of Jerry D. Brown, U.S. Army.
my husband, Robert Earl Mason, United States Navy, retired.
On behalf of his family, Greg A. Jarrett, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor and memory David C. Millsaps, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Raymond L. Mayo, Sr., U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family, we honor David E. Miller, United States Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, and he's my husband, and I love him very much, Ralph L. Burkoff, Navy, Army.
On behalf of my mom, my brothers, my family here today, and myself, my dad,
my father-in-law,
Preston Lee Kurtman Sr., U.S. Army.
Honoring my husband, Christopher Michael Whitman, father to Christopher Jr., father-in-law to Dina, and grandfather to Yafa, U.S. Army. Thank you.
On behalf of the family, for George G. Moffett III, U.S. Marine Corps.
Husband, father, grandfather, Louis Dean Tebow, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of my family and my very patient friends, we lovingly honor Lawrence Donald Casson, United States Army, 66 to 78.
It's an honor to do this for the love of my life, Ross Edward Hager, U.S. Army. And this I take with me on trips, so we have fun together.
In loving memory of my husband
and my dad, Harold Everett Smith, United States Air Force.
In memory of my husband, Wayne A. Bricker, 3/4 Cav of the 25th Infantry, 67, 68 in Vietnam, U.S. Army.
We love you, Papa.
On behalf of his family, we proudly honor Charles L. Montgomery, United States Air Force.
In memory of my husband,
my dad,
and our Pop-Up,
Taylor D. Stillwell, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Infantry Regiment, United States Army.
We remember and honor our father, grandfather, and now great-grandfather, Claudius Lee Greer, Jr., U.S. Army.
in honor of the family and in memory of Delbert W. Garriott, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor John D. Montz, Sr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Donald A. Gilligan, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of the family, we remember Gary W. Moore, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we remember James N. Gilbert, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family, we are here to honor Johnny M. Moore, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service, Johnny.
On behalf of the family and in memory of Kenneth G. Davenport, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of the family, we honor Richard F. Morgan, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Joseph M. Galen, United States Army, thank you.
On behalf of the family, we honor Frederick H. Mosher, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor Donald L. Brown, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor Edward A. Moynihan, U.S. Navy.
Also, on behalf of the family, we honor John T. Mullen, U.S. Army, excuse me.
On behalf of the family, we honor Edward R. Jacobs, Sr., United States Army.
With the family, I honor my husband, Charles H. Goodwin, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, we honor Robert R. Gordon, Jr., United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we remember and honor Larry J. Mullins, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Billy L. Hartke, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we are honored to remember Stuart Morrell, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, we are honoring Douglas K. Grebner, U.S. Army.
In honor of a father, husband, grandfather, great-grandfather, Raymond Ernest Stanley, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Donald E. Hutchins, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Stanley J. Nutarowski, Sr., United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor George J. Jacobs, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, we honor Quentin Lee Newman, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Don E. Heiser, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we remember the memory of Stuart L. Nichols, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor and remember Fern E. Gault, United States Air Force.
In memory of our father, Michael P. Kearney, United States Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor David R. Brown, U.S. Army. Welcome home.
My husband, Charles Wayne Bingham, Sr., United States Navy.
On behalf of his family, we are here to honor and remember Larry C. Gaffney, the United States Marine Corps.
In honor of my husband of 44 years, Harlan Wayne Heinen, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor Patrick F. Brazil, U.S. Navy.
On the behalf of his family, we honor Joseph E. Nicholson, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of the family, we honor Gerald F. Greenhagen, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of her family, we honor Joanne M. Martineau Clark, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor and remember James W. Gray, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
In honor of my loving husband, Charles Richard Mitchell, loving father and granddad, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Brian W. Daly, U.S. Army. In memory of our loved one, James Hendrickson Hayes, United States Marine Corps, we love you. You are forever in our hearts.
On behalf of his family, I'm proud to honor Gary L. May, United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
We are proud today to honor my husband,
our dad, our poppy, and our great-grandfather.
Willard Bill Knapp.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Michael L. Hughes, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of my family and my husband, Jerry Daniel Matta, U.S. Navy.
On behalf of his family and friends, we honor today Leonard J. De La House, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of this veterans' loving family, we're here to honor Gary W. Nyland, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Billy E. Harrison, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family, Lloyd J. Noakes, Jr., U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we honor Charles D. Sicody, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family and friends, we honor and remember Manuel Noriega, U.S. Army.
In honor of my father, her husband, and her grandfather, Ronald Henderson, U.S. Army.
In honor of my husband
And my father,
David Thomas Poffenroth.
United States Marine Corps.
He was so proud. Thank you.
Our family would like to honor Basil Earl Moots, U.S. Army, proud husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. We love him.
On behalf of his family, we remember Vincent L. Olson, U.S. Army.
In memory of my husband,
And father and grandfather.
Richard J. Lavery, U.S. Army.
In loving memory of my daddy, my pop-pop, and on behalf of the entire Gribble family, our hero, Charles L. Gribble, United States Marine Corps.
On behalf of my mother and my family, we'd like to honor my father, Oscar W. Borbo, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, we are honored for Terry A. Oakes,
We are proudly
U.S.
he-
Navy.
Sorry. We are proudly here as a family today to honor our dad, husband, papaw, and father-in-law, Michael Douglas Lutman, who served in Vietnam, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we would like to honor Michael L. Euler, U.S. Air Force.
On behalf of his family and his loving bride Sharon, we honor Philip K. Leach, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, we would like to honor Chester A. Ogborn, U.S. Navy.
In memory of my husband, my daughters, and my grandson, Jerome Kern Pittman,
Also known as Jerry, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family and ours, we honor my husband, Stephen Dean Lotspeech, 282nd Aviation Company, Wright Huey Helicopter Door Gunner, Black Cats Unit.
On behalf of our family, my dad, Arthur Tefelsky, career Navy man.
In loving memory of my husband and the father of my children, grandfather, great-grandfather, John W. Arndt.
U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Patrick C. Brackeen, U.S. Navy.
Thank you to those who stayed to honor all of our inductees today. On behalf of his family, David Oliveira, United States Army.
On behalf of his family, we'll honor Ricardo Botello, U.S. Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we would like to honor and remember Frank M. Oliver, Jr., U.S. Army. Thank you for your sacrifice and service.
In memory of my baby brother, our cousin, and his great niece, we honor my brother, the unique, unwaveringly unique Peter Pierce, U.S. Navy corpsman attached to Marines in Vietnam.
In memory of Donald A. Martin, U.S. Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, Dwayne M. Hubbard, United States Army.
On behalf of our family, we honor Charles William Renan III, a 2013 in memory honor roll.
On behalf of his family, we remember and honor Richard D. Brannon, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of his family, we honor Jake R. Martinez, Sr., United States Air Force.
On behalf of the family, we honor Michael E. McCauley, United States Army. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of our family, we honor my dad, a 2024 inductee, John Richard So, United States Army. Love you, Pop.
On behalf of his family, we honor Daniel L. Yorns of the U.S. Air Force. Thank you for your service.
In loving memory of my husband, Richard Lee Bruce, my brother, Ernest Polico, and my very good friend, Gary Armstrong, they're all United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor and induct Thomas G. Humphreys, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family of Richard C. Margas, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Virgil R. Hughes, United States Marine Corps.
My family is here to remember my husband, Darrell G. Woods, U.S. Army.
My little bro.
On behalf of the family, for Paul R. Holder, U.S. Army.
In loving memory of my hero, my father, Peter Zahn, U.S. Army.
On behalf of his family, Bruce D. Hudson, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of my family, in memory of my father, 2024 in memory honoree, Dennis Clayton Schlemmer, United States Army. Welcome home, Dad.
On behalf of his family, we are here to honor and remember Larry R. Hilton, U.S. Army.
Loving husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, 2023 honoree, Sergeant Major Ernest Henry Pohl Sr., U.S. Army retired. Rest easy, Dad. We love you. Forever missed, but never forgotten.
On behalf of his family, we would like to honor Charlene W. Howard, U.S. Air Force. Thank you for your service.
On behalf of the family, we honor 2026 inductee Dwayne Otto, U.S. Army.
On behalf of the family, Arthur L. Hopkins, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family and ours, my husband, Stephen Dean Lotspeech, U.S. Army, 282nd Aviation Company Black Cats Unit.
On behalf of the family, Terrence F. Hill, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of his family, Linda, Kevin, Leanne, and Stacy, we honor Russell H. Dowden Jr., U.S. Army, founder of the Indiana Military Veterans Hall of Fame.
On behalf of his family, I'm proud to honor Gary W. Horn,
United States Army. Thank you for your service.
Welcome home.
I would like to honor my father, John David Woods. He was at World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
On behalf of his beloved wife, Ginny, his children, Becky, Michael, and Melanie, and all of his grandchildren, I'm proud to honor John H. Hosbach, also known as Jack. Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
On behalf of the family, we honor William H. Honeman, United States Army.
On behalf of the family, we honor Patrick C. Humphrey, United States Marine Corps. Semper Fi.
On behalf of the family and in memory of James C. Hoffman, U.S. Marine Corps.
On behalf of the family, in memory of Benny R. Hudson, United States Army.
On behalf of my family, I'm here to honor my husband, Staff Sergeant John Frank Parisi, United States Marine Corps, 1965 until 1971, Vietnam, November 1966 until December 1967. John died at 58 years old from the documented complications of Agent Orange. I planned on spending the rest of my life with you, Thank you for spending the rest of your life with me.
I'm here to honor my husband, Michael D. Anderson. I honored him at the 2019 service, and he's the love of my life. He was in the U.S. Army, and he served the whole year of 70 in Vietnam. Thank you, honey, for your service.
In honor of the family, we remember Tashimitsu Hara, U.S. Army.
Corporal Herman Downs, my brother, Vietnam, 1966, 1967. Peace be still, brother.
I'm here today to represent Virginia Puckett and Lauren Puckett, the wife and daughter of CWO2 Lewis Puckett, United States Army Physician's Assistant. I'm also here to represent my 3 family members who are a member of the in-service program here. Sergeant Patrick Lee Wright, United States Army, 101st, 2014 inductee. My father, Sergeant First Class Robert M. Wright, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, 7th Special Forces, Green Beret, 2017 honoree. And my oldest brother, Spec 4 Terry Robert Wright, United States Army, 82nd Airborne, 2019. Thanks for everybody being here, and may we see you again next year. And all the Marines out there, Semper Fi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last of our honorees this year, on behalf of the family of Dury C. Felton, Jr., United States Army.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 44 years here at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, more than 400,000 items have been placed at the wall in tribute to all Vietnam veterans. The items range from moving handwritten notes to baby booties to a custom Harley-Davidson motorcycle. I would like to read one of those notes, if you don't mind. To our young friends, yes, young friends, for in our hearts you will always be young, full of love, that is youth, love of joy, love of country. You fought for your country and for its safety and for the freedom of others with strength and courage. We love you for it. We honor you, and we have faith that as he does all his sacred children, the Lord will bless you and keep you. The Lord makes his face to shine upon you and give you peace now and forevermore. The authors of that note were Ronald Reagan and his wife, Nancy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our bugler, musician first class Brett Magliola, to play taps. This concludes our ceremony today. We thank you for joining us. May God bless you and all of the veterans and the United States of America. Thank you.